Welcome back to the Marvel Movie Minute, a daily podcast which we smash apart the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe into 1-minute chunks so we can analyze them in scrupulous detail. I'm Kyleson from the Road to Infinity podcast.
Hey, and I'm Rob Cabasco, and Kyle, I'm not done with the previous minute.
Oh, you still got more, okay.
Well, okay.
This is a very quiet minute, so I was softening my tone.
Yeah, you were.
To get into the soft tone of this one. But back to being fired up about minute 103. All right, hit me.
I kind of ruined your mood there.
I didn't know where we were going with it. So
okay, so let's just
rewind.
I wanted to talk about something else from Betty. So here, in speaking about going back in time, let me take you back to February of 1994. And Rob purchased one of the first digital cameras he ever owned. And it was an interesting digital camera. It was developed by Kodak, but branded by Apple, called the QuickTake 100.
Okay, I have not heard of this.
One that looked like Luke's binoculars from Star Wars. It was ridiculous, right? These were, and here's what was amazing is it was one of the only products Apple has ever made that completely undercut similar products at the time price-wise.
Ooh, yeah, so that Apple's not known for bargain prices.
Not known for bargain pricing. This was a 0.31 megapixel camera, but it had 24-bit color, which was astounding at the time. It was super cool design. It premiered at a price of $749, which at the time was amazing. A sub $1,000 digital camera was unheard of. It was incredible. I mean, and at the time, like 1994, what are we competing against? You're competing against things like the Logitech Photoman Plus.
Yeah, this is even before any cell phones were around, but they were just phones. They had no cameras in them at all.
No, we didn't have any of this kind of stuff. So it just, or if they did, they were the early stuff, and they were taking postage stamp size pictures or something like that.
And you couldn't get them off.
Right, exactly. And so like this, you had to have a serial cable. You had to plug it into your Mac. There was no view screen on it. It just made me realize that, Betty might as well have had a QuickTake 100 because, again, she's walking around with a camera in her pocket. She can't charge, and she's just using it because she wants to remember her boyfriend. That's all I got from this. The minute begins with her looking up from the dead camera.
She's still apparently either in Battery Park or in Liberty Island. We're not exactly 100% sure, but somewhere in New York, she's looking off a middle distance thinking, I wonder if I'll get to do a sequel. The answer is no. No, you won't.
We don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I digress.
I love your optimism.
I'm going to be very optimistic for Betty. So what minute are we on? What is this? What is that?
This is minute 104 of a little film called The Incredible Hulk from 2008, directed by one Louis Leterrier. And so this is a very quiet minute. So everything is very sedate and calm as we're sort of winding down from all the action we've had. There's no punchy in this, no shooty. No. This is all quiet contemplation. So we go right from Betty looking out over the water, but the water she's looking at transitions to a river, and that river is in Canada. What? They went all the way to Canada? Man, that must have been like crossing the street because they shot in Canada. But no, actually, this is Bella Coola, British Columbia. So from where they were, so New York is on the east coast of the United States, for those of you who are listening internationally and don't know the geography. And so Bella Coola is on the west coast of Canada, so all the other sides. Now, when I say the west coast, I don't want you to be thinking about sunshine and surfboards. This is the west coast of Canada, which is much more like Seattle kind of weather. This is pretty frontiery. So the town of Bella Coola has a population of 149 people.
Wow.
Yes, the entire region has a population of about 2,000. So if you were looking to get lost in Canada, Bella Coola is a pretty good place to go.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, the people, the kind Canadians of Bella Coola are not going to mess with you. So if you show up and be like, "Hey, can I get a cabin out in the middle of nowhere?" Like, all we have are cabins in the middle of nowhere.
Would you take cash? That's all we take is cash.
That's all we take.
What do you mean? What else is there?
or skins if you have them.
That's right. Yes.
We'll take pelts, but I'm kidding, Canada. You know I love you.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
We see. We assume it's Bruce. He's out jogging as he was in the beginning. It's almost like it's paralleling the opening of the movie. Because Bruce is out jogging. He's wearing a lot more clothes than he was in the favela, but, he's out there. So watch it. And it's a long helicopter shot. And why is it a long helicopter shot? Because it's the final helicopter shot. So it really is gorgeous, though. I mean, it's going through over the Canadian landscape. Going through as it comes up over the line of trees, we see a little cabin with smoke coming out of it, so we know actually he's running to that.
It's really a beautiful shot. I mean, just the whole thing.
It really is. It's nice that Canada gets to be Canada. Canada has been so many things. It's been Brazil, it's been New York, but now finally it's been Virginia, but now Canada gets to be Canada. Oh, Canada.
Way to go. The great thing of just seeing wilderness, guy running, and exactly understanding where he's running to and being in awe of just the landscape.
Yeah.
Just beautifully shot. This movie has got some amazing photography done by Helicopter Bravo.
Yeah. So are we thinking, okay, so Bruce is out doing what he only does. He's trying to stay fit, because he has to run from everybody. But no, it turns out it wasn't. He was running back from the post office because as he sits down and pours himself a little cup of tea, he got a package. Where's that package from? It's from the Milburn Pawn Shop in Ashwood, North Carolina. Or as my wife hates that I say, Nof Kakalaki.
Oh, jeez.
She went to college out there and she's like, no one calls it Nof Kakalaki. I'm like, no, seriously, it's Nof Kakalaki.
Oh, boy.
By the end of this podcast, will I still be married? I don't know. The good news is she doesn't listen to my podcast.
You made it this far. It'll be fine.
So the on the outside envelope it's addressed to an homage. That's right. The name on it is David B. Once again, probably our final nod to the 70s series where he was David Banner instead of Bruce Banner. If you want to find out why, go listen to the rest of this show because we talked about it plenty very early on in the show. So he opens up, and of course, what's in the package? What's in the box, Rob? What's in the box?
It's a poorly packaged necklace. Wait, okay,
That's
so
right.
I have several problems here.
Okay, wait, let's just get to the fact that he got her necklace back. Oh, now rant.
Okay, I don't want to take anything away from that. It's great that he got the necklace back. First of all, it's this little tiny box, right?
Yes.
And as we zoomed in on this, okay, a little copious, some faux pas in the formatting. We don't have a sending zip code, which I have a little bit of problem with that.
Hey, return addresses are for losers.
Well, no, whatever. Well,
it's going to go and it's going to be gone.
Mandated by law for international mail. Number 2, let me also note something to you. This is a small package. This small package is international mail. It is being mailed from the United States of America to Canada.
Yeah,
and
I wondered about the one stamp.
It only has one first-class stamp on it. No, that doesn't make any sense. There's no way it would have gotten there.
Yeah.
It needed to have at least, I think probably 59 cents on it, even at 2008 rates. That's ridiculous. Okay, that's all I got.
Yeah, no, I'm with you in your postal outrage. We gave so much love to the post office when Bruce was sending blood, and yet here they are, and the production design has completely failed. Now, also, we're still assuming these are Bruce's hands. We don't actually know that.
Well, no, okay, yes, we don't know that, but we know that the pawn shop clearly doesn't know how to mail anything. We know Bruce clearly knows how to mail something, so I'm not worried on how he's going to send it to Betty, which I'm assuming that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So what happens next?
So after he gets the locket, which was, as we have, if we can remember, this was the last thing her mother ever gave her, and the only thing of hers she had left. He puts it into an envelope, and then we find out that he's addressed the letter to Betty. And it turns out Bruce has beautiful penmanship. I would not have thought that.
Yeah, it is. It's a yeah.
I mean, he's a doctor. I would assume he would have a really chicken scratch scrawl, but no, he has beautiful flowing cursive. I mean, it really is quite an elegant hand that our Bruce
but
has.
Also he's stupid.
Well, sure.
And no, wait a minute. Okay, first of all. Well, let's just make sure we know this. The letter, it's a parchment-looking number 10 business sort of style envelope.
Yep. And he writes it to Betty at the university. He doesn't send it to her house.
and it's Betty Ross, Culver University, Bioscience Building, 214 University Circle, in Virginia, 18305. Here's a couple issues. Number 1, that's horribly packaged. I know how the mail system works, at least in the United States. We've talked about this before. That's going to get crushed. That's going to get mangled.
Yeah.
You don't send it like that.
No, you don't drop jewelry in an envelope. Come on, man.
Hey, but here's an idea. You're in contact with the pawn shop. Why don't you just have the pawn shop send the necklace directly to her?
No, because it has to come from him.
No, it doesn't.
He said he would get it back.
No.
He's going to get it back.
If a little box from the pawn shop showed up to Betty and she opened it and it was the necklace, she'd know.
You are absolutely right. And also the fact that this letter is going to show up with a Canadian postmark on it.
Yes.
To be like, oh, well, that narrows it down to not this country.
This makes no sense. Why would you do this?
Do you think this was another insert?
Well, okay, but here's why my mind is blown.
Because they shot the whole thing without showing Edward Norton. Those could have been stand in hands.
Interesting.
Follows along with the last minute.
But here's the part that I don't get is you didn't even have to do any of this. You know what you could have done? You could have cut the scene with her and the stupid camera. If you were already going to cut the scene with her and Leonard, all you had to do was show her in her office getting the necklace from the pawn shop.
Oh,
that's all you had to do.
And then her holding a necklace and smiling. And then you transition to Bruce running along on the...
Isn't that a much better exit for Betty?
My God, Rob, you've done it again.
Come on, people.
Rob fixes movies, ladies and gentlemen.
I need a sound of a drill when we talk about fixing movies. No, it actually bugged me. This actually bugs me.
No, you are absolutely right. That is an elegant way of taking these two scenes, which are kind of randomy. They're the nicey scenes, but at the same time, are they really necessary?
No, and especially when you very simply could have made it so much better.
Yeah, you're absolutely true. Absolutely true.
What else is on? What else is on the table?
I'll say that because the minute end's actually on the envelope.
Yeah, that's it.
So there's really nothing else there. There's his battered teapot. There's a book whose cover I couldn't make out. I think he has the book of flowers from before.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, he got a new copy of it.
You got a new copy? Yep.
And you saw the matches, right? Now there's a little story on those.
Oh, okay.
So there is a little tiny box. It says Redbird.
Is it about a little match girl who was trying to sell matches?
Yeah. Oh, that's such a beautiful.
I know.
That's hidden. That's hidden on the Little Mermaid DVD. You can also buy it on. I don't even want to get into that. Let's not talk about that. That movie makes me cry all the time. Little Match Girl. It's a short Disney movie anyway.
Yeah.
So Redbird. This is a box of Redbird Strike Anywhere matches. And what's interesting is a Strike Anywhere. So they're obviously durable matches, perfectly suited for people who are outdoors, doing outdoorsy things. But when you search for them, they tend to only show up in Canadian stores. This is something that they obviously procured. Again, they're in Canada, so easy to do,
right?
But also perfectly fits the situation. And once again, as we near the end of this, kudos to the prop masters.
That's right, prop masters and production design.
Excellent job.
Yeah,
excellent.
There you go. So on that very quiet moment, that's where our minute comes to an end. There's no deleted scenes. There's this is what it is. Not a whole lot else to talk about.
Some person who eats fruit
and drinks tea
and has a necklace
and jogs
and his name David. We don't know a David in this movie.
Yeah, I know. Who could this be? Who is this mysterious David B? Well, you're gonna have to tune into minute 105 to find out. In the meantime, if you want to speculate about David B's identity, you can do so over on Discord. We have our own dedicated channel, so you can hop in and it's just we announce all of our shoes and have all sorts of movie discussions, and it's free. So come find us at nextreel.com/Discord. So thank you all for listening. We'll be back here for minute 105 as we bring this bird in for a landing. Hope you had a smashing good time. Until next time, true believers.
Bye.